hear what I'm saying? Of course the bus gonna come right when I'm going live, but this is more important than any of that. You feel me? This is more important than any of that. You know, I don't go by time. I don't go by Gregorian calendar, Mondays, Tuesdays. I don't follow any of that shit. You get what I'm saying? I get certain stuff happens in patterns and ways where I know where I'm going to talk to y'all next. No matter what's going on. No matter how anybody feels individually. You know, so let me start off by setting the tone right. This is a little review points with RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses, non-high vibrational human beings. You know what the fuck it is. Tap in, tap in, tap in. You know it's a good time right now. I figured, let me just go in this little sun bop real quick. Why not? You feel me? My dummy might hit me in a little bit. Since they want to be on camera, we gonna put them on camera. You know they want to come to the shopping center and shit for no reason. So we gonna put them on camera. We gonna let the world see them. You know, cause y'all know they my biggest fans. These the people that put me on. These the people that put me on Front Street when they think that they know what they doing, but they hiding from the sun, looking crazy as shit. I wish that she would have came and tried to talk to me. She would have got a lecture. She would have got a sun talk. She would have got a sun talk. Cause y'all know that sun is separating us fast right now, and you can't lock up the sun. You feel me? You can't put handcuffs on that gas giant in the sky now. It don't work like that, you know? Karma is here, you know? And you know how serious it is and how much people are trying to run from something that they can't run from, which really breeds mental illness, right? Because people are gonna be maxing the fuck out, right? There's a lot of things I want to talk about today. You know, I've been wanting to get at y'all, but I haven't been getting at y'all because, you know what I mean? I gotta fight off these demons and shit. Y'all know I'm in the heart of this shit. There's nobody else in the DMV area doing what I'm doing. You know, in the situation that I'm in. You know, a lot of times y'all hear about a lot of people saying money's not important and stuff, which is not, right? It's abuse, it's enforced and all of that. But a lot of times when people are saying this, you know, and I'm saying this generally speaking from a general standpoint, right? And this isn't to say that it's not the opposite, because there are people that are so-called homeless or financially struggling that don't care about money. But most of the people that you hear saying that, they don't got money problems. You feel me? Let's be real, you know? And I'm not saying it's to clown anyone, and I'm just saying it's a big difference from standing on business while you living outside and doing all of those same things, and then you being inside, able to shower properly, all of this, and then speaking to your world. You know, but I got love for all my brothers and sisters, but at the same time, I don't sugarcoat shit. You know, it's not to make anybody mad or nothing. I just don't do that. You know, I'm straight down the middle. I'm from Baltimore City. You feel me? Like, I'm going to tell everybody how it is. Now, you know, I had me a little swervio off the early, but shout out my troopy troops. You know, I feel like a lot of people in this spiritual community, y'all don't need to be worried about us coming at y'all however so, whatever level of success we have from people watching, right? It's not about that at the end of the day. Shout out everybody coming in. You feel me? You know, I'm battling a lot, y'all, but y'all know how my energy is. You know, I'm one of the strongest beings right now in the DMV area, you feel me? Speaking on a lot of these things, up front and everything. Y'all see how that slave catcher, that motherfucker came in there for me because I told somebody what it is. But y'all know I don't give a fuck about that shit. That's everyday shit. You feel me? When it comes to the reality and the realness of shit, y'all hear the cars speed up once I start talking and all of that. That's my energy be having motherfuckers act weird. You know, motherfuckers be intimidated because they see that my power isn't involving no money. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm gonna be on what I'm gonna be on regardless, y'all. And that's me being like really, really real with y'all. You know, but what I wanna talk about multiple things today though. So let's stay on subject. You feel me? One of the things I wanna speak about is you know, the form of like crashing out. Cause I feel like I didn't really touch on this a lot. And I feel like people must discern the difference of the thin line between what I'm about to explain to y'all. You feel me? Right? First off, before me going all in detail, you standing on business. You standing on business, and I almost wasn't even about to say this, but I'm going all the way with it. You standing on business to the degree of however so that shit happened. You feel me? That's not crashing out. You feel me? And what I mean is in a form of in which how we're living that we shouldn't, you going about making people aware. So if you, so say hypothetically speaking, you're in a shopping center and you talking about it, regardless, you ain't worried about the people that's ignoring you, but the people that's listening. And best believe the people that's acting like they're not listening too. You feel me? Some people just don't like to validate power, especially when it's coming from a source of someone that they're intimidated of, or that wouldn't be deemed of to have that much power, right? From a 3D standpoint of thinking of what we deem people's success. Y'all know we judge people's intellect by their pockets. Y'all know how this shit go. We not gonna play dumb. So, you know, where we at with it, y'all know all the stuff that I told y'all that it's gonna start to pick up. It's already started picking up. You feel me? The projections on us. Y'all know the Idaho joint, right? Yo, shorty with the shear, I told y'all that. They gonna start doing that because they gonna start crashing out more, right? You know what I mean? They gonna start coming with the sirens more. They gonna start trying to provoke us more. But it's all an illusion because all this is fake. Don't think that this shit, you know what I mean, is stopping you from being your highest self and everything like that. Shout out my Brit. I love you to death, you feel me? Like, all jokes aside. Like, I love you so much. You know, and your family that you was born into, your mom, your sister. Even though I seen them recently, and I'm gonna tell you when I see you, even though I seen them recently, and when I seen them recently, right? Man, they gave me the meanest. They gave me. The white woman looked at me and smiled. She touching her hair in the car and shit. Little soccer mom. But enjoy your day. She waving at me. But this is what's important, y'all. This is what's important. Like even though she was kind of mad at me and shit. Her mom and her sister, you know, I don't know why I didn't do nothing to them. Yeah, like for real, even if for whatever reason you feel someone shouldn't feel some way about someone, or someone's in love with someone, even if they don't love them back, you know, not holding no gun in anyone's head, you know, you can't help how you feel about somebody. You know, it just is what it is. But make sure this dude don't hit me. Or you see me, huh? Peace. But with that being said, it's like, yeah, I literally was gonna speak to her mom and her sister, but once I felt that energy, I said, oh, you know. But I wish them well though. I sent them love from a standpoint, you know. But yeah, y'all, you know, where's our I ain't gonna brag on that. I'm gonna be mature. But y'all see what's going on the planet. I don't need to brag on that type of time. Feel me? Y'all see what's going on. I told y'all. You know. But yeah, nah, this sun feel good. You know, shout out to my organic beings that's standing on business, that ain't letting, you know, people's viewpoints of them negative change their thought process on anything. Shout out to y'all. You feel me? Shout out to people that, regardless of whether they have a certain amount of money or not, they still moving with integrity and within a certain manner to combat this system. Right? Shout out y'all. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, there's so much to talk about. I usually would come on here and just talk about stuff from my standpoint and stuff like that. I'll be wanting to make like a lower list and talk about shit, but like, there's so much going on. A lot of times when I be about to do that, I'll be like, you know, I'm gonna just wait it out and go make it to the next day. Cause this shit's basically over, you know? I'm just looking at everybody else being a slave as much as they can till they can't no more. You hear what I'm saying? People could say whatever about me, but ain't nobody. I'm in the most racist area. Anything that y'all talking about where y'all dealing with, I'm dealing with 10 times more of that shit. You hear me? And anybody that knows the area that I'm in, they'll tell you that shit without them remembering, if they're organic, remembering the knowledge I have, or go about expressing it as what's inevitably happening. Like that ain't happening out here. You know? I literally, they racist as hell out here. I literally asked to your agents, and y'all know it's a rap for y'all agents too. No disrespect, but I'm just saying it's a rap for y'all. You know, me, Ron, y'all got the same genetic makeup as the eukaryotic cells, rap, y'all. But I asked your agents if they could help or whatever, and one of them started shaking his head. Not even, that's how ignorant, unnatural people are. And I'm not saying this from a hatred standpoint, because it's not all unnatural people. But a lot of y'all ego overrides y'all discernment from a standpoint where it's like, if y'all know somebody's already asking y'all for some help or something, what y'all do is, y'all start shaking y'all head like this before, like, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's some type of shit like back in the day, like while he was shaking his head, not even letting me finish, I would have smacked the fuck out of him. You know, but I know that within me having the knowledge I have and still seeing unnatural people that's so disrespectful, that don't even have a biological connection, that's on their way out, whether they want to take accountability for it or not. This ain't hatred or anything, this is reality, this is science. I know that that's a test for them to be taunting me, not knowing where I am, or even if they are, but to be taunting me, you know what I mean? Like literally, like I could have just called a charge at McDonald's and been like, fuck all this shit. I don't care if I have a son, you feel me? Like, I'm about to max out on this nigga, and then I'm gonna take his phone and I'm gonna call the slave catchers and wait for them to get there, and then start beating his ass some more. You feel me? And then move like that, to let everybody in here know, to make a standpoint, like, you mess with the wrong person, they don't give a fuck about no police. You feel me? You just better watch how you treat people. You might get fucked up. You feel me? Like, just to make a statement, because Aquarius is like I'm that type of person. I did that many times, you know, but I matured a lot. You know what I'm saying? But this is why, you know, I'm doing so much to hold my energy right, because people are provoking me, and like, I really got issues. I max out on your dumb ass, you feel me? And not give a fuck about where that shit go. And people that know me, they'll tell you that. But not in a way of me being a bad person. I just don't be playing, because I don't be fucking with nobody for no reason. You feel me? So I'm not about to have nobody fucking with me for no reason. Yeah, it took me a long time to even get mature enough to even leave situations alone. Because for a while, I didn't even do that. You feel me? I ain't give a fuck about picking my battles. I'm like, you're gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna match the energy, and then we gonna turn up. We gonna be some Escalade motherfuckers, you feel me? You know, no steps, you feel me? Real shit. Like, so, I be moving different now. But in reality, what's really giving me a lot of patience, y'all, with all the stuff that I know that's out of my control, what people taunting me, trying to do this and that, is what Mother Nature's doing. You know, I'm glad that all the taunting that people did to me, trying to provoke me, even in like 2023, 2022, 2021, like, I'm glad that all of that shit, like, I ignored a lot of shit, you know, but a lot of shit could have happened in a certain manner where I could have threw my life away over these past couple of years with tones and shit like that. You feel me? Same time. So I'm not perfect, but I know them angelic ones be with me for a fact. You know what I mean? Like, I know that for a fact, because I think about my decisions, even when I'm irritated. I don't just be, you feel me? I move in a certain manner. So it's like, I be always telling y'all, when you really move in a certain manner, and it's like, you really not trying to hurt no one, you feel me? But, you know what I mean? You gonna do what you got to at the end of the day and shit. You feel me? Like, the universe gonna rock with you. Gonna rock with you. And that's what I be on and shit, so. Yeah. But, I'm not gonna lie though, I miss my Lord Scorpio like shit though. I look at it, like right now, y'all, it's already 10:47. I already made it through half the day. About to get my medicine and shit. I'm about to have a little recording session. A little editing session and shit. Back to scheduled programming. So much has happened in these past couple of months. I would have released this project on my son's birthday when he turned 6 in June, but couldn't even do that, yo, because it's like, you know, shit was just happening in a certain manner. And I just let that shit do its thing, like, fuck it, you feel me? That's how you gotta be, like, can't be overthinking shit, getting too attached to shit that's just happening foully. Especially when you chosen and you waking up people by the day. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, as soon as I get the money for it, I'm gonna wear a GoPro, and I'm gonna have a GoPro on me. so y'all can see all the attacks that come my way. Like it's crazier than a reality show, no bullshit. I swear. And the crazy thing about it is when I do it, right? Like I'm not gonna even tell nobody, like or nothing, because I want y'all to see like a regular day of me, all the attacks and stuff that I dodged. Like how them slave catchers came in there, but they ain't say nothing to me. I wasn't even gonna put them on camera. But that happens all the time. And sometimes even when they come deeper, they might even approach me. I don't be giving a fuck either way though, cause they just gonna get that lecture. And with their occupation about what's happening on the planet, I'm gonna put that, if any of them are organic, I'm gonna put that shame on them. You feel me? They gonna feel guilty as shit. I'm gonna make them know like what they are, like all of that. I don't be playing with their ass at all. I don't. So I feel like now they kind of stay out of my way. Cause put it like this, even if they thought I was lying or I wasn't on what I was talking about, pretty sure one of them did their research or something and told the rest of them. Y'all know they all talking shit. And that whole Fairfax County Police Department, they definitely know everything I'm talking about is the truth. You know, they know that this shit is over. So, I mean, like I said, I'm so happy that Mother Nature is validating me, but then again, I am Mother Nature though. You know, I come from the black woman, so of course she's gonna validate me, especially all the tears like I be crying about the real issues and speaking to your universe and shit. Yeah, she turning up for me. You feel me? Y'all in trouble. Y'all messed with my mom and shit. Now y'all gotta pay. I was trying to go out Philly and see what's good with the Lord Nestle Quick and shit, but she be fronting. Shorty be bluffing, yo. I'm not gonna front. It's a lot of bad females out here. And y'all know it's about my Lord Scorpio first and foremost. But even with that being said, for y'all, but even with that being said and shit, I know you still gotta stay focused. So shout out everybody. I know it's like little battles and shit going on. Hopefully it stays just hip hop, you feel me? But shout out to everybody that's really doing their thing. You get what I'm saying? Really out here rapping. I feel like I don't even need to say no names. Y'all know who y'all is. Y'all know who y'all inspiring, you feel me? Niggas that's talking that shit, really about this wordplay, these flow schemes, this delivery, these bars, you feel me? The cadence, you know, those games, you feel me? It's like shout out to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. One of the things that I wanna push towards everybody to help mature faster is this. One way how to mature faster, right, is leave everything in the universe hands. Like now, I don't care really about how, like, you know, people say they don't care what people think and feel about them, but they're constantly searching for validation. You know, a lot of people don't like me because I really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck so much that I be forgetting to give a fuck about myself. You feel me? Like, that's how much I don't be giving a fuck. Because of me being done with like this way of life, that sometimes to get to the next day, to have this shit be over faster, I just skip the day and I don't even take care of myself. But I know that that's not good. That's from a depression standpoint. That's from a psychological enslavement standpoint. That's from like me being tired, what's been done, and me what I'm living in. You know, coinciding with the next, neuromelanated being out here. We're tired. You know, like I told y'all, a lot of people aren't tired how they say that they're tired. You know, but I'm one of them. Like I'm really out here. Like I'm really tired. You know, really tired, yo. It's different for me. So with that being said, and I gotta get me. And I gotta get me something to eat real quick. myself, man. I'm proud of myself. All the pain that I'm feeling that I can't express to the world to really feel what I'm feeling. Somehow I make it to the next sunrise, and thank you for believing in me. Mother Nature giving me the strength to not kill myself, still stay here, so you can shut all of this shit up, and I can be at real peace on my planet, man. Thank you for giving me that strength. You know, so proud of you. Keep shining on me, man. Keep shining on my species. Keep separating that ozone layer. Bring more radiation in. UVC radiation, gamma radiation. Let these ionized particles get more dense. Let the speed of them turn up even more. I'm gonna repeat that. Let these ionized particles get more dense. Let the speed of them be even faster. You know? Hurry up and shut this shit down. So all neuromelanated beings, we can get back to doing what we were supposed to be doing before we was interrupted by this species that was created, that did nothing but genocide and been a disease to the whole planet, you know, along with the base of their DNA, and literally what makes them up anatomically, you know. Very proud. Yeah, y'all, so I'm gonna get at y'all, man. Like I told y'all, peace, power, abundance to all y'all, gratitude y'all way. I'm about to call 988 and troll some of the people there. You feel me? Because this is war. It's like when I just think about all the stuff that's being projected onto me as it's closing out, I just think of ways how I got to get more aggressive around the truth. You feel me? I told y'all, like this social media shit. You know, I never was like a YouTuber or a streamer or anything like that. I just started, you know, something just told me to start talking about what I was talking about, and I just happened to be right. You feel me? I happened to be right about everything I was saying. And yeah, I just continue talking about it. But I only have like the social media stuff for my music. And that's something I'm going to do regardless, because that's my passion. Even if I wouldn't ever make money off of it, that's what keeps me to not kill some of you motherfuckers. You feel me? Real shit. So I'm going to tap in with y'all, man. It's the Lord of Viewpoints of RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses, non-high vibrational human beings. You know what the fuck it is. Tap in, tap in. I'm about to call 988. I'm going to tap in with y'all. I got to speak this sun talk to them and troll their ass while they fake job is still there and the last of this system that's set up. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day for real.